Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to week 5 of Fill Your Freezer Friday. Today I've just got a few recipes to help top up your freezer and keep it going for when you're busy and especially dinner times and things like that, so you can just grab something out of the freezer and warm it up. Today I have some baking for the lunch boxes or just for the freezer in general. I also have a family meal to freeze and a dessert as well. I really do hope you enjoy this video and thanks everyone for watching. First thing I'm starting on is the curried sausages. I make mine a little bit different. I boil my sausages instead of frying them. So I'll just run through what I've got here. I've got a large bottle of pasta sauce. I've got some Rosella fruit chutney. I've got a diced can of tomatoes, which I don't think I'm going to use. I've also got some chicken stock, some curry powder, some peas, some carrots, onions, garlic, and obviously sausages and some rice. The thing is, I completely forgot to put the peas into this, so there won't be any peas in it, but the recipe does call for peas. So what I'm doing here is the water is pretty hot, nearly boiling. I'm just going to put the sausages in. These sausages are different because they don't have any skins on them. Usually when I boil them, all the skins come off is what I really do want, as well as the fat. But they've got no skins on these Woolworths ones, so basically you're just boiling the fat out. And it makes it a lot easier because you don't have to take the skins off them. But yeah, I'm just putting them all into a saucepan. It makes it a lot easier instead of frying them. If I was to fry these, I would be using like 3 frying pans just to fry the sausages. I think there's 24 here. Instead, I can pop them all into the pot and I'll show you what they look like when they come out. So here they are now. This is a half an hour later. I have boiled them and you can see all the fat coming out. Obviously, you know, the sausages are still fatty. You can't change that. But it's just, I think it tastes quite nice, the consistency, a boiled sausage in the curried sausages, but also fried is really good too. It's just, this is an easier way when you want to just get rid of all the sausages at once into one pot. So what I'm going to do now is I'll be taking them out just to cool for a little while, not for too long, but just a little bit so I can cut them up. And then I'll start on the sauce that the curry is going to be made of.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, oh, nah, nah. I don't know what I could say to convince you to hang around when you don't have to. There's so much that I'm still keeping to myself, cause you don't listen, babe. But still you got me missing you. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, oh, nah, nah. God, I'm sick of this waiting. You got me going crazy tonight. So why? Why don't you come on over and be my somebody to love? talking to each other. I know we feel the same about the situation, like we're stuck inside a game. Time to get out of this circle, yeah, we both carry a scar. Let's rewrite the part we're playing, time to cherish who we are. The only thing I ever wanted starts with us taking the chance. Not like anything we've done before, yeah. Now it's time for something better, and time for us to follow our dreams. No, we can't stay no more, Come run away, don't be afraid, we'll be okay. And I know it's the right thing to do, let's break away. All colors will fade, let's go our own way. Now's the time to decide what to do, and I'll stand by you. By you, I'll stand by you. Now's the time to decide what to do, let's break away. Get up, do it, break away. Get up, do it, break away. It's always mixed emotions. The first step is always hard when you walk out of the doorway, but that's just the place to start. The only thing I ever wanted starts with us taking the chance. Not like anything we've done before, yeah. Now it's time for something better, and time for us to follow our dreams. No, we can't stay no more, Come run away, don't be afraid, we'll be okay. And I know it's the right thing to do, let's break away. All colors will fade, let's go our own way. Now's the time to decide what to do, and I'll stand by you. By you, I'll stand by you. Now's the time to decide what to do, let's break away. Somehow this is beautiful, yeah. About time we let things go. Is this our destiny? Just like it was meant to be, yeah. Get out, do it, break away. Come run away, don't be afraid, we'll be okay. And I know it's the right thing to do, let's break away. All colors will fade, let's go our own way. Now's the time to decide what to do, and I'll stand by you.
Finally, all the sausages are cut up. That can be quite a task, especially when they're really, really hot. You would have seen me cut them up with my fingers at the start, but then I just decided to use the tongs. It's a lot easier. So now I'm just adding a pasta sauce. I do usually put tomatoes with my curry. You don't have to, but I'm adding that with it. I am going to put the recipe down below. If you don't want to use the boiled sausage recipe, it's just the same sort of thing, except for the recipe I've got below is more of the fried one. So I'm just going to stir all that in now with the vegetables and the sausages, and then I'm just going to make just a quick curry, just with some chicken stock and some curry powder. I'll also be chopping up some fresh spinach because that's going to be our greens to go with the sausages. I am going to be having this tonight for dinner, but the rest of it will be getting put into the freezer. divided containers. I think these are the Systema ones. I've just realised while I was doing it that they're probably going to change in colour and they'll be going that red colour once they're washed. And once that happens, it's a stain you just can't get rid of. So I've made a batch of rice here, and this is going to do us for tonight's dinner, as well as putting some away into the freezer as well. I made so much of this, and we still, the day after we had this for dinner, we still have a batch in the fridge, which I'm either going to have for lunch today or I'm going to probably put back in the freezer with some spinach as well. So there is still heaps left even after the four of us had it for dinner, and I'm freezing like two little areas here. So, you know, there's probably enough for my husband and I on one side each, and then the kids, well, they'll only probably share one side. As you can see there, my husband is into it. It's his lunch break and he just wanted to get a few spoonfuls out. So I have to watch him while I'm cooking these sort of foods because he's always lingering around in the background. I just found this a lot easier because it was more compact using this container, and I could just quickly put them in. My containers are running a little bit low now because I have got my freezer completely packed with frozen meals because I've been making a few of these videos now, which has been really, really good. So I'm sort of just finding anything I can put the meals into. So I'm just going to, pop all this now onto the top of the rice, and then I'll put a label on it, which I usually do just with masking tape. So, I'll put this in the containers now, and then I'll pop that meal into the freezer. Now I'm just going to make a apple crumble. This is so easy if you've got some canned apples in the house or some fresh apples. I do have both, but I'm going to use the canned apples. It's just going to be pretty simple because I've already got the canned apples. So I will pop the recipe below if you don't have canned apples and you can just make them with fresh apples. But I'm sort of passing the ingredients where I have to make it with the apples because I've already got the canned apples. So I'm just using, it's basically really easy. It's a 1/3 cup of plain flour, a 1/3 cup of caster sugar, and a 1/3 cup of traditional rolled oats. And then it's 60 grams of butter, which I've sort of chopped up there, but it's so hot here at the moment. The humidity is amazing. So I have to really work with it quite quickly because it will melt. I'll show you how I make it. I'm just going to put it all together and mix it in like a crumble and put it on top of the apples. I am adding in some mixed spice. That wasn't part of the recipe, but I really like some mixed spice with the apple crumble. I've put a lot more apples in this than what I was supposed to. I've put an 800 gram can of apples. So after I just put all the topping on this, I am just going to put it in the oven for around about 20 to 25 minutes just to get brown. This recipe I'm making is oat and choc chunk cookies. I will put the recipe down below. It was really easy and they're absolutely delicious. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot to freeze by the time my husband had a few of them. I had one of them, but it was his lunch break again, so there wasn't a great deal to freeze. I mean, there was a few missing anyway. So, it's just basically pretty easy. It's salted butter, brown sugar, caster sugar, 1 egg, vanilla, plain flour, baking powder, and rolled oats, and they are using like coarsely chopped Cadbury's chocolate, but I'm just going to use some choc chips that I've got in this jar here. It was a little bit of a disaster mixing this up because I don't have any beaters. I threw them out when I bought my Mix Master, and I just didn't want to bring it out. I already had everything out, so I just thought I'd get the electric whisk out. I know now never ever to mix it up with this whisk when it's just dry. It went everywhere, so I had to make sure that it was completely moistened before I could whisk it. There was flour and everything all over the benches. So now once I whisk all that up, I'm just going to add the rest of the ingredients.
On the feeling, can't seem to focus. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting by some rum and cola. Wasn't brave enough yet just to talk to you. Not a smooth talker under pressure. Sweaty palms ain't making it much better. Something about you feels so special. Pretty up from the minute that I met you. Trying to get your attention, you make me nervous. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting by some rum and cola.
So once I roll all these up, this is just the second tray that I'm making now. I'm going to put it in the oven for around about 12 to 15 minutes, just depending on your oven. You don't want to burn them too much, but you want them golden and brown enough as well. So you just have to keep an eye on that. And yeah, I'll show you what they look like when they come out.
Wasn't brave enough yet just to talk to you. Not a smooth talker under pressure. Sweaty palms ain't making it much better. Something about you feels so special. Pretty up from the minute that I met you.
These biscuits were absolutely delicious. They were really good. It was a really good recipe and it worked out. Sometimes I make biscuits and they don't, go to plan, but these were really yummy. I ended up making 21 of these. The recipe was for 24, but as you can see, I did make a few too big. I've also got my apple crumble. That's out of the oven now. There is a lot of apples in this. I used a 800-gram can instead of I think it was about 3 apples that were supposed to be used in this if you were cooking them. But I just put the whole can in. You could always double the batch of crumbing on top if you wanted to. But, more apples, that's fine. I'm just going to put some custard with it. I've got some spare custard in the fridge. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wait for these to cool down. And once these are cooled down, I'm going to pop them into my Kmart clip seal bags, my reusable ones, and I'm going to pop them in the freezer with some labels on them.
know that we just met the other night, but I can't get you off my mind. Not a smooth talker under pressure. Sweaty palms ain't making it much better. Something about you feels so special. Pretty awkward from the minute that I met you.
Thanks everyone for watching, and I really do hope that this has given you some ideas to top up your freezer this week. And I'll see you soon for the next one. Thanks everyone. Bye.